Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm Alex. Sorry I've not posted a video for a while. I got to the point where the Cougar was finished. That's actually gone through its MOT now. It passed with no advisories, which is great. So that's up for sale. So we haven't sold it yet, but hopefully that won't be too long. And as you've probably seen from the thumbnail, we've got a new project. So we'll get straight into it and we'll show you that. Okay, so it's a 2020 Peugeot 5008 or 5008, however you want to say it. And we paid, if I remember correctly, £7,500 for the car. Sorry, you might have seen a little stop there because I had to just find out exactly how much we paid. But yeah, it's just under £7,500. So if we start from the outside, you can see, let's just widen up that. We got some door damage. Now, I'm not really sure if this door is savable. Probably it would be. I did look, I can get a door for about £300, so I'm not sure it's worth doing. Wing needs replacing. Bonnet 100%. Bumper could potentially be repaired, but again, probably cheaper to replace. And then we've got the crash bar, I would say 100% radiator. And until we start stripping it down, I'm not sure what else on that front side. On the inside, obviously because it's a fair impact, we have got all the airbags, so we're going to have to replace the dash, which I'm not really looking forward to, but shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Other than that, the car needs a good clean. It's done 30,000 miles. I haven't got the key with me, unfortunately, so I can't tell you exactly, but it's about 30,000 miles, I think. So yeah, first thing I've done, I managed to find a full front end for the car, which is wings, bumper, headlights, bonnet, cooling pack, and all that, crash bars, etc. I managed to find one of those in black, so it's going to have to be resprayed. But I've managed to find one of those for £2,500, which I thought was okay. But when I started adding it up to get all the parts separately, it would have been around that. Plus, there'd have been little bits that I'd have had to find. So I managed to get that, went and collected it. Unfortunately, it turned up, and because I didn't check all the boxes, but when I got it back, the headlights were missing, which is probably the most expensive part, so that was a bit disappointing. But the guy was very fair to his word, and he put them in the post, so we've got those now. The right-hand headlight on this side is all good. From what I can see so far, that's all good, it's not broken. This wing is perfect. So there's certain parts out of that which I'm going to be able to sell and get some of my money back, which will be great. This light is completely gone, it's broken. Obviously, like I say, the wing, I've got all these trims here, so they look like they can be saved, so again I can sell those. I've priced up a dash. I can get a dash for about £9, and that comes with obviously dash without the airbags blown, steering wheel airbag, seat belts. I think that's it, and that's £900. So that's not too bad either. It's just the time it takes to fit it. But I think the first thing we'll do is we'll start stripping this one and see what the damage is. So before we start stripping anything, I thought we'll have a look underneath, because I haven't actually seen underneath myself yet. Looks perfect, to be fair. There doesn't even appear to be too much damage from loading it on, so whether it was driven on. So yeah, I'm happy. Good stuff. That's one less thing to worry about. I think I'll probably have to unbolt the cover from underneath as well. Typical. Don't have the keys, so I can't start it. Now obviously this is never the way to be removing screws, but I'm cutting corners because I left the keys at home and I can't be bothered to go back and get them. Okay, so that's perfect, so I can reuse that if we need to. Another tech screw in here, ideal. Hopefully we can get that out though, without too much hassle. Yeah, so don't ever try and remove screws like that because it's just stupid. I should have stopped being lazy, but I try and do this work in the evenings after my normal job, so time is precious. And I'm a bit behind on this car already. I've had it 2 weeks now and I've done nothing because I had to work away with my normal job last week, so yeah, trying to get some things done now. So we need to be as careful as we can on this side now, because obviously this wing isn't damaged. Doesn't matter too much about the bumper, but I really don't like pulling these things out. It'd be easier if the wheel arch wasn't in there, to be fair. Okay, so hopefully this will now, other than the loom, this will now come away in a million pieces. Just need to disconnect the looms here at the front. Okay, so that's the bumper off. Bumper is not great, to be fair. It's as you probably saw then, it's pretty flimsy, so it's broken in quite a few places at the bottom as well, so kind of glad we're not keeping that. I'd almost argue that is beyond repair, but I guess there are people who'd repair it. Probably what I'll do is take the good bits off it. You know, people might be looking for spotlights, etc. And then we've got the crash bar. These vents look okay. This front bar's all pushed away. I'm hoping that it's actually going to be a relatively easy fix. It doesn't even look like this lower crash bar is bent, which is pretty good. I think I have that if it is. But yeah, so far it's almost looking like an easier repair, other than it all having to be resprayed, which I don't think I'll be doing as it's everything. It's all looking okay. But I should probably not speak too soon. That all looks good. Clear all those bits out of there. I think I'll get the headlight out. Get this front bracket out, get that off, and then we'll see the cooling pack and see what's up there. Oh, well, it's going to be damaged, but we'll see if there's anything behind. So many bits of broken plastic. And metal, as it turns out. I wonder where that's from. I'll try and get these all out before they all fall down in the pit. Okay, we'll get some 10 mils, we'll get this off, this bit here off, It looks like that has broken free from its mount, but looks like it's that part rather than the light, which is good. But we'll have to check that. We have got another one if that one's broken as well, but we'll see. We definitely need a new smaller impact wrench because it doesn't hold on anymore. I know you can buy the rings, but it's really annoying. Yeah, so this lamp is okay, that's good. I think I will just take it out of the way, maybe, just because I don't want to damage. Okay, yeah, so there's no damage whatsoever on that light, which is brilliant. So I'm pleased with that. I don't know if people repair these. I'm sure they're quite expensive new. But this one is pretty bad. But if anyone knows anyone that repairs them, or if anyone, I don't think anyone's going to want that. If anyone wants a smash light, let me know. It's yours. Okay, so we'll get this crash bar off and see what's what under there. I didn't think that would be held on any other way, but oh, it's held on with a dowel. I don't know if you can see that. So just here, looks like there's a dowel which they push onto. So we just have to persuade that a little bit to come off. I have a feeling that's a locator, and because it's pushed inwards, it doesn't quite want to come out square. So can we pry it that way? There we go. Yeah, so it's just actually a locator, and because it was pulling everything inwards, it was a bit tight. The side should not come off easy. Yeah. You can see there's a bit of stopping it. Now the thing we've got to check next really is that none of the actual main chassis mounts here and here have moved. I really hope they haven't, but it is possible. It's possible that they've bent inwards. I suppose we can just try the new second-hand bar across to see what that looks like, and go from there. Strange thing is, I'm not even sure that the radiator is damaged, but I'll get the new bar and we'll just try that in. Fingers crossed it's okay. So this is the mountain of parts that we bought. This here is what we're looking for, and that has got everything that we want for that top end that was all broken on it. So we'll get that unwrapped. Hopefully they were meant to be there, but I'm pretty sure they were. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. That means that this chassis rail here, or whatever you call it, isn't bent, so I'm happy with that. That is good news. But obviously we can't put that in just yet because we've got all the rad to change, so we'll take that back off for now. So I think next we need to get this rad pack out. I'm not sure quite what bolts etc. I've got to take out the way first, so I'm just gonna start unbolting it till it starts to look right, I think. Just have a feeling this part here is pushed back because in theory this rad would be further this way, but that would be easily straightened if it's just that. It might be just that the rad itself is bent inwards like that, which is why it's set back. But again, I can't tell until we take it all apart. Okay, so I'll just show you this. So you can see here, this one is pretty much vertical, maybe a little bit backwards, but mostly vertical. And then this side here is bent quite a way back that way, so it has bent that bracket. Now that is only no, it is part of it, but I think I can straighten that. That's not a problem. This is all straight, which is this part here, so that's the main thing. So if we've only got to bring that forward, that should be fine. Now I don't know if I have this bar yet. I'm going to put that there for now because I need to look through the boxes to see what I've got, but you can have a look at that once we've got it stripped down. Yeah, so if I did need to replace this part here, it looks to be just spot welded onto the front there, which is a bit annoying. Why didn't they just bolt it on? But never mind. So I still can't tell if the radiator is damaged. Yeah, so we've got a small puncture. Looks like we've got a small puncture here, but it's not a lot really. Whether that's damaged the main one, I don't know. I think we'll move this out of the way and have a look at the actual, what would that be, the aircon? I'm guessing that's aircon, is it? If I look at that. Okay, so that was a huge schoolboy error. Now I assume because we got this damage here that was all depressurized, but obviously that wasn't. There was nothing wrong with this rad. It hadn't blown the radiator at all, so there was still gas in there, which again, you're not meant to really release that gas into the atmosphere. You're meant to do it properly, but I stupidly assumed it had already happened. You know, you should always check that to make sure that it has actually been depressurized. That certainly woke me up, but that's done now. There's not a lot I can do about that. We'll have to get that recharged at some point. It's just a bit annoying because I could have probably just left it as it was, bent this bracket back, and it would have been fine, and I wouldn't have had to get the aircon recharged again. But you live and learn. You live and learn. And I want to be sure that there aren't any leaks anyway, so there we go. We'll carry on stripping it down. Yeah, so the radiator is actually perfect. Not sure about the fan. Fan appears to be good as well. I can't believe that. Now you can see, I just can't believe that wasn't blown. That's amazing. Normally they leak for no reason at all. I'm undecided whether to take that rad off, because if it's not leaking, I don't see the point in replacing it. I'm going to check the back and have a look. Yeah, there's no damage whatsoever to that. So I'm thinking we might just leave that in. One less thing to replace. So I think the next step really is to get this running, straight. Now to be able to get those running in line, I think I'm going to have to take this out of the way. I have just, it will lift out, so I think if I take the pipes off, obviously I'm going to lose the coolant, but I think that's going to be the easiest way to take that out of the way, to run a straight edge across so we know where we are. I was trying to do it without having to take that off so I didn't lose the coolant, but it doesn't look like I can. Well, I could, but the safest way is to take it all off. So I think if I take that off, and then probably what I'll do is I'll fit the complete new one and maybe sell that as a spare or something, once I've checked it all over. So we'll get the pipes off and okay, so that's all out. Okay, I think we're going to leave it there for this episode. I hope you'll join me in the next one where we're going to look at straightening the bracket on the chassis, try and get that back in line with the other side, and then we can start building that front end back up and hopefully looking at the wing side of things, get that wing off, potentially get the door off or straighten the door, whichever we decide to do with that. Thank you very much for watching. I'd like to hear in the comments what you think to the car, if you think it's a good idea buying it or a waste of money, and let me know. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It does help with the channel, with growing the channel. So that's much appreciated. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.